Let us discuss today the fallacy of infinite regress. First of all, let us discuss this infinite regress. It contains two words, infinite and regress. The infinite means endless, or which is unbounded, and the regress means the sequence in the back end of the reverse direction. Now, combiningly, the infinite regress means a sequence in the back end or in the reverse direction which is infinite, which is endless. Remember that infinite does not mean here in this context, infinite does not mean a big number or a particular number which is big, which has a high value. Infinite simply here means endless or unbounded. Let me take an example to explain the infinite regress. Here we have infinite objects or infinite events. Here we have object A, B, C, D, and it goes to infinite in the back end. Infinite regress states that it is possible to have an infinite regress of causes, like here B caused A, C caused B, D caused C, and it goes to infinite. The infinite regress states that it is possible in reality. Nevertheless, the fallacy of infinite regress says that the infinite regress is misconception, or it is absurd. The fallacy word means misconception. So fallacy of infinite regress means absurdity of infinite regress. The fallacy of infinite regress states that the infinite regress or the infinite sequence in the back end of causes is not possible. It is absurd. Let us take an example to get the conclusion that this infinite regress is actually impossible. In reality, let's suppose that B caused A at some time, C caused B at some time, and it goes to infinity. Now, focus on C. To reach C from this side, infinite number of causes must occur. Then C can come into existence. But we discussed that infinity is endless. It means that infinite causes can never be paused or completed. Infinite causes can never be paused or completed. Therefore, it implies that C can never come into existence. But in reality, A exists. We earlier assumed that. For A to exist, B must necessarily exist in some time to cause A. So B, since A exists, so B must exist in some time. For B to exist, C must exist in some time by necessity. Therefore, we concluded that C had existed in some time. So the existence of C is proved or is justified through reality. Therefore, contradiction occurs between the assumption and the reality. The assumptions that we took is the infinite regress is possible, but the infinite regress results in the non-existence of C. As for C to exist, infinite number of causes must occur, but we know that infinite number of causes will never be completed. So C does not exist in reality. A exists, therefore B must exist in some time, and in the conclusion, C by necessity must also exist in some time. So our assumption is wrong. Our assumption is that infinite regress is possible, so infinite regress is wrong, is impossible. If it is possible, then C must exist. Here I have taken an example of infinite number of balls. Infinity is in the back end. Remember that these are not finite balls. These are infinite balls. Infinity, you should remember that infinity here does not mean a number which has high value. Infinity here means endless. These are endless balls. They go to infinity. They are not ending. Let's say that a person saw that this ball X moved from point A to point B. Now, naturally, in his mind, a question arises that who moved this ball X? He then saw ball Y. The ball Y has also moved from point C to point A, and ball X, the movement in the ball X is caused by ball Y. Now, the answer of the question that which caused the ball X to move is answered by the ball Y, because ball Y pushed it forward. and this resulted in the change in the position of ball x from point A to point B. Now a new question arises in his mind that who moved the ball y? Who moved the ball y? Now he finds the cause is the ball z, and the effect is the moment in the ball y. Now again a new question arises about ball z, which moved the ball z, and this ball z is moved by this ball, and it goes to infinite. It goes to infinite. The moment in the ball x is caused by y, the moment in ball y is caused by ball z, and the moment in ball z is caused by this ball, and it goes to infinite. Now, if we analyze this ball z, for ball z to move, infinite movement should occur, infinite number of balls should move, then only ball z can move. And we know that infinity can never be passed, or infinite movements can never be passed or completed. Therefore, in reality, ball z can never move. But this person in reality saw that x moved, therefore y must also move, then z must also move. Now the contradiction occurs. Infinite regress states that z can never move, but in reality z moved. Therefore, the assumption that in the back end there is infinite regress is not correct. It is absurd. It is absurd. Now apply this concept to the humans. Today we exist. It means in the back end there is a termination point. There is an end.